Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun the command of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This man not dey off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now him una don hear all these bad politicians dem wey call themselves politicians. Wey dey thief our money, wey no want make the common man get wetin him suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Na go hear one. Mayegun, you go show una pepper. Mayegun diary political. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun dá wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta o, ẹ kú ọjọ́ 3. It's been a while.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary political.
If there is anything I have to say to you, every one of you, especially the Mayegun diary political temple of truth brethren, is just to tell you that I have missed you. I miss you all.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Now go and tell everybody. Share the broadcast.
Lórí Facebook. Lórí YouTube.
Of course. Aniye Suraki.
Níjó ìgbádùn yẹn. Aniye Suraki. President bá rúfin o.
And I love you. I really do.
Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Aniye Suraki. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Aniye Suraki.
Share the broadcast.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Aniye Suraki. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Aniye Suraki. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Suraki. Aniye Suraki.
Thank you. So good evening to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun live. I have been away for about 2-3 days, and it is because of a family emergency. You see, responsibility is something that you cannot delegate most of the time. When you want to see what went wrong with the society, mostly is because of lack of responsibility, which has now become glorified in Nigeria. So somehow, something had to take me away. It's quite unavoidable. And I'm glad that we are back to normal. So it's good to be back. The last 72 hours have been a hell. And not just that, as usual, right? It's been a sort of unleashing of hell on Nigerians. This time around, it was concentrated in Abuja. So I was sitting down watching the video of people who were running away, travelers who got caught on that road. Is it called Madala Road, Abuja, near Zuma Rock? The Boko Haram terrorists on bikes, heavily armed, war ready. I don't know what they were looking for other than to let the people living inside the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria know that they are at the gate. The winter is coming. Yes, that's where I'm going. Winter is coming. I was watching that video and people were running in the dark, right? In darkness. They were running for their lives because it was the military versus the terrorist. What were they looking for? So something now told me, or something just struck me somehow, and that was maybe if they take over the Abuja, probably that would make it easier, yeah, for all of us to go our separate ways. Because I don't see how these Taliban styled jihadists, this ISIL, will take over Abuja, and then automatically believe that they have taken over Nigeria. But on a second thought, I'm like, wait. The jihadists that have currently surrounded Abuja, same way they've surrounded the entire Nigeria, yeah, they can actually be the setting stage for what we used to know, the military takeover. So everything shall have football. But tonight, I am going to try my best to make you see why holding on to this jihadist caliphate is not in your interest. It is not in my interest. And just yesterday, I got this clip. It's been there for a while. Somehow, I just, brought it back to life. And it was the same. Listen, they are setting stage for crisis, because in crisis, right, they maintain power. Because in crisis, right, the only currency that they spend, that most people spend, is fear. So as you speak right now, majority of Nigerians are already, banking on this currency of fear. Now, it works in different way. And to them, it works perfectly fine for them, as long as they will escape justice from what they have done. So this is it. Terrorists have surrounded the country's capital, and they have threatened to kidnap the president, okay, and kidnap the vice president, kidnap a state governor. Now that's an existential threat. So they tried that just 2 nights ago, and they killed a soldier. According to them, they killed a soldier. A day before that, yeah, they killed 4 presidential guards, soldiers, right? And they kidnapped 14. Up till this moment, they haven't seen those 14 soldiers kidnapped. So it was a day after that they staged that what happened 2 nights ago. So with that, it shows that the security system of Nigeria under this civilian this civilian crazy-tocracy or something, right? Demonstration of craze, right? Security of Nigeria has collapsed. One. Before that, it has also shown economically that Nigeria economy is currently tanked. Unemployment at the highest ever. Poverty level at the highest ever. Crime rate at the highest ever. Corruption at the highest ever. That's on economy, right? So, what the military will probably just need, one more thing, is electoral crisis. And as we speak, APC, Egbekegbe, they have set the pace. People destroying people, they have followed suit. And I will explain that to you. In all of this, when APC, Egbekegbe, decided, that's Tinubu, to go and pick Shettima, Boko Haram, sympathizer, founder, people raise alarm because people who knows Shettima very, very well, especially Christians, many of them from Borno State, the place where they said, Western education is haram, and being a Christian is an infidel. And as infidels, you don't deserve to live. More churches were bombed. More churches were burned. More bishop, church leaders were kidnapped and slaughtered in Borno State under Shettima. Guess what? It's a long story. So when Tinubu decided to go and pick him to make him Muslim ticket, right? It is to further, set fire on our beloved Nigeria. Abi? Now wait for it. The story of Shettima started coming out. You know that Tinubu, so people were like, this thing doesn't make any sense. Like, what is going on? Like, this is going to be the toughest. How are we going to even do it? Even people inside the APC, Egbekegbe, were shocked. Like, this thing is going to tear Nigeria. Forget it. The election is going to go towards religion, tribal. So Tinubu, who used to call himself a progressive, so wait, Tinubu and gang, they call themselves progressives. Awolowo progressives. Lies, Abi. Part of what the Yorubas or the Yoruba political class have been selling to the Yorubas since 1998 is that once Yoruba participates in a democracy, Yoruba is going to ensure that Nigeria is restructured in a way that we are going to go back to 1963 Republican Constitution, the one that allowed us as Yoruba people to develop our own education in our own way, our healthcare system in our own way, right? Our own electricity in our own way, our infrastructures in our own way, our farm settlement agriculture in our own way, and on, like including our security. That was what Tinubu and gang, they sold to Yorubas from 1998. A progressive, you are going to have your state police. We are going to have this. We are going to have that. And for 16 years, Tinubu and gang, right, they remained in the good book of the some Yorubas who believed that somehow, these guys were standing for the ideals and ideas of Awolowo. You know what I mean? They didn't know that they were pure scams. So when opportunity presented itself for them to throw the Yorubas under the bus for this Fulani jihadist, Boko Haram and gang, it was the same thing they sold. If you join APC, we are going to make sure that Nigeria is restructured. We have to restructure Nigeria or else Nigeria cannot work. Listen, many of your politicians knows that Nigeria can never work the way it is currently put together. This Nigeria was put together by the Fulani, Kanuri, Hausa, what do they call them? Irredentists. The power mongers, rogues, criminals from northern Nigeria, they are not just Fulani, so Fulani, Hausa, Kanuris, Beri, I don't know, all of them who had access to power since 1966. They put this together. They partitioned this Nigeria you have now. They partitioned you first to how many states? 12 states. After that, 20 or 21 states. After that, to what? 30 states. Then after that, 36 states. They continue to partition you. You thought they were partitioning you for development. No, they weren't. So in all of that, everything you have today, local government, so what did they call it? State, and the rest of them. They were created. They were creations of the Fulani, Hausa, Kanuri, irredentist, power mongers, and rogues in the military, in civilian, in their what they call them, Buru. No. They have a name for them, but when I remember, I'll tell you. It was all plotted without any kind of referendum to decide if this is what we wanted. So Tinubu knows that. Wait for it. Tinubu knows that the northern Nigeria knows what restructuring truly means, because restructuring simply means, right? It is a step, a step to the autonomous region, then eventually, right, the eventual declaration of independence of the Yoruba people and everyone within the region. That is what restructuring means. Okay? Because this is what Nigeria is, right? Nigeria, as it is currently formed, is meant to be a federal system. Okay? Now, federal system means there are component states, okay, that gives their power to the center. But most of this power are devolved around the states so that there is no too powerful center over anyone. But in Nigeria, they imported America federal system of government, okay? Presidential system of government. They imported that. When it crossed the Atlantic Ocean, entered the airspace of Nigeria, it changed color. Okay, that American style, presidential system, when it got to Nigeria, it became unitary system of government that gave all 96% of all of the power, right, to the center. Remember, it was the military, unitary system of government. So unitary people, right, who forced everybody to the center so that you cannot do anything except with the approval of the center. That is where the tribe, religion, ethnic, and so many other things play out that now contributed, right, to the underdevelopment, to the division, and to the poverty we've seen in Nigeria today. So they know that once they say restructure it, it simply means you are gradually breaking up Nigeria back to what it was originally, and then preparing the people then to understand what they have actually missed for 62 years. Think about that. So the northern Nigeria relies on the general resources that is put together, right, and then shared according to population. Population also doctored, rigged by the same criminals who put together the system you are dealing with today. So that is why when they partitioned you, so if I'm talking right now, my own Yoruba brother or sister from your state, the first thing is he or she is going to say is, my friend, shut up your mouth. Go and talk to them in Ogun State. Go to your state. This is your state. Or your people are not interested. They succeeded. That's the first division they made. Okay? So when they tell you about one Nigeria, the lies they are telling you doesn't in any way correlate with the reality, because they are lies. So they succeeded in making you look like when you see this, you say, go to your state. You will see Yoruba saying, my friend, go to your state. And then you see others, they will say, we are not interested in anything that has to do with Yoruba nation. You know why? Because they have been physically partitioned, and they have also been psychologically partitioned. So Yoruba man, when it comes to Nigeria, will fight another Yoruba man. All right? When you put Yoruba here, and you put Nigeria here, you will see Yorubas leaving Yoruba land and fighting for Nigeria that they have no clue about. Now, that's the first one. So the unitary system that they are practicing in Nigeria gave the entire power, the way they who access to your resources, how they share them, who get access to the federal appointments, who get access to federal patronage, which states and which people would have access to the same national resources, and where they come from. All of these things because they centralized that. So if you now say to a northerner, a real political northerner, that we need to restructure Nigeria, and he says, yes, we need to restructure Nigeria, we have to, he's lying to you. He's not interested in any restructuring, nada. Because restructuring Nigeria means break up of Nigeria. So Kuku call it the name. Let us break it up. Pursue that honestly and do not be deceived or by any means manipulated by all this that are happening. So Tinubu knows that he cannot sell restructuring to the north. Are you with me? No, I can't sell it. If not, I'm not going to win any election. They know. But to the Yorubas, when you see Lagos Abobaku, Oshogbo Alimajiri, any humbled slave or obedient fool anywhere, who is trying to ram the demented Kolu into your throats, they will be telling you, it is true that Tinubu said APC, Egbekegbe, right, will give Lagos State special status. Remember they promised you that, Abi? APC, Egbekegbe, they were going to amend the constitution and allow the creation of state police. APC, Egbekegbe, they were going to amend the constitution and then allow the people to control their resources and pay some royalty to the center. So they said, you cannot blame Tinubu now. At least what if Tinubu told Bokwari and Bokwari did not do it? So what do you want him to do? Many of them have been telling you that already, Abi. Have they not been telling you? That what do you want him to do? What if he advised him and Bokwari didn't listen to him? Do not fall for that by any means. Because Tinubu knows that the only way, he believes that the only way he can become the president of Nigeria is to build on what Bokwari legacy is. And what are the legacies of Bokwari? Legacy of division, legacy of AIDS, legacy of ethnic tribal profiling, legacy of religious fanaticism, legacy of religious subjugation, legacy of religious terrorism, legacy of state-sponsored genocide. All these things can only come from those who have unleashed jihad on Nigeria. Therefore, Tinubu believed that the Yorubas and the jihadist north, where Shettima is coming from, they are going to make him the president. Now, what are you selling to your fellow Yoruba brothers and sisters about Tinubu? I'm talking to you, ma. Yes, you. What are you selling? That ẹ̀yin ló kàn tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe kíni o, tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣorí ibú, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Or what are you selling to your fellow Yorubas and their sisters right now that you think is worthy? Is it going to be that Tinubu is going to restructure Nigeria when he becomes the president of Nigeria? Is that your selling point? Some said it is a very, very difficult job to, in fact, sell Tinubu. And I'm talking to you, my brothers and sisters. Don't let anybody say you panda, genje, oja baranda. The ones that say, they say, buyers beware. Don't let them ram it down your throat. You are not a bastard. The only bastard you have in Yoruba land are those, just because of what they want to eat, they decided to look away while their father's house are burning, while their people have become hunting animals in the hand of terrorists from the Sahel, simply because they want to be president, because they want to be governor, because they want to be senators, because they want to be reps members. So they decided to look away. Now, today, they are blackmailing you. They have maintained the conspiracy of silence for over 7 years, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes they even told you, probably you are having a mental problem. All these problems are not existing. Nigeria is not sinking. Unemployment is not rising. Poverty is not increasing. Insecurity is not increasing. All these things they told you, you are overreacting. But many of you know that you are not. For 7 years, they kept quiet. Yoruba land and Yorubas became refugees in another country. To this day, these Omualis, Atagba Tomode won, all these Omualis, what did they do? They tried to keep us shut. They even tried to kill us for speaking out and even standing up to defend ourselves. Don't ever forget that. Therefore, don't let any bagger look you in the face and call you Omuale, because you are not promoting the real Omuales of Yoruba land, who have mouth but cannot talk, who have hands but cannot move them, who have legs but cannot move, who have a power but cannot wield them, who believe that, who are actually breathing but they are more like dead. Do not let anybody blackmail you. Don't ever forget that. The real Omuales, we don't know what they are going to tell you. Okay? Because they said you should bear all the burning, all the killings, all the kidnappings as Yoruba men and women from your different communities, from Egongon to Okeogun, Okeogun to Ibarapa, Ibarapa to Yewa, Yewa not Yewa South. Yewa not Yewa South. They told you to keep quiet and ignore them. Maybe when Tinubu comes, he's going to bring all these soldiers from heaven and he's going to bring succor to you. What are you going to sell? Restructuring. Well, this guy begged to disagree. And guess what? If these two manage to grab power again, especially in Nigeria, and something happened to Kolu, and this guy become your prestigiate, you as a Yoruba man that is about to fight your brothers, to fight your sisters, thinking you are actually doing something for Yoruba land, Abi, you will live to regret it. Look at this. What are you going to sell to the Yorubas? Restructuring? I beg not this Boko Haram.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance. Let's work for the people. Let's invest in education. Let's create jobs. All this madness will evaporate. I raise my case.
Let's invest in education. Let's invest in that. Let's ask him how much he invested in education in Borno State. When 70% of the people living in that state are now living in refugee camps or completely relocated from Nigeria to where? To another northern, African country there. Do you know the story of this guy? Oh, I actually picked one up, and I'm going to drop that story, and I know some of you probably will know this story, will complete it. You know the story? You remember Alimodu Sheriff? Do you? Alimodu Sheriff, the former Borno State governor, the former PDP chairman. You remember him now? In-law to Boko Haram. Aha! I know I shouldn't even say that much. You know Alimodu Sheriff. Alimodu Sheriff, when he was rounding up as governor in Borno State, he decided to use his own brother-in-law or something like that, called Gubio or something. It's a long time ago. So they conducted their primaries, right? And that Gubio became the governorship candidate for their party. You see, this Shettima was working with Borno governor then. That was Alimodu Sheriff. In fact, that was when he had a relationship with this Muhammad, now Muhammad Yusuf, the guy named Abi, the guy they killed. Remember him? The real founder of Ahmadiyya, Muslim Jamaat, something, which later turned to Boko Haram. What's his name again? Muhammad something, right? Yusuf Shah. The guy was a special advisor to the governor of Borno State on youth and Islamic studies or something like that. So he had this mosque, right? He had this Omolekeu, everything there. So Alimodu Sharif used him and other youth, right, during election, and he became governor. So in compensating it, he made him an SA, special advisor to governor. From there, the guy had enough money to expand his base. We don't know what happened, right? They arrested him. They said they accused him of sponsoring violence in Borno State. People said he went, he went out of favor, okay, with Borno Governor Alimodu Sharif, right? So they accused him. Then the next thing, the police arrested him. Then few days after that, they just display his body, his lifeless body, where they tied his hands to his back, they tied his legs, yeah, and it was more or less like executed. So it was because of Alimodu Sharif, Shettima, Mohammed Yusuf, because they were all in the same government and they were like, running things. That was how Shettima knew Yusuf. So when Yusuf died, it was reported that Shettima and co set up Yusuf just to get him killed. Somehow, Boko Haram they gave birth to Boko Haram. There were no mosques anymore for Yusuf. They demolished his mosque. They did all of that. They said they were clamping down on his group. Right? Then Gubio or something was supposed to be the governorship candidate. 1 week, just 1 week to the election, Baba, Gubio died in a sort of a terrorist attack that they called assassination. Alimodu Sharif was like, I knew who killed him. Oh, it was Shettima, because it was moment after that Shettima unseat Alimodu Sharif. And guess what? Alimodu Sharif was the first person to say all that Boko Haram are doing in Borno, they should hold Shettima responsible. So he wrote the script. Now that same Shettima, he wrote the script for Chibok. Where Wike was the Minister of Education under Jonathan. And they wrote a letter that we received a security report that Boko Haram were planning to attack schools all over northern Nigeria. So we are putting security measures in place. Until then, all students should stay at home. They will sit for their exam on an arranged venue or secure venue. Everybody agreed, but Shettima, he became governor, right? Shettima also agreed. Now the script of Chibok, which later brought in APC, Egbekegbe, to power. So whatever you are witnessing today is a script from Borno that unseats Goodluck Jonathan. It is in the space of terror that these guys reigns. Now, here we go. They need to build on that religion and tribe. So they want to make an average Yoruba man to go out there, okay, and sell Tinubu as a Yoruba man first. And it is his right. And as a Yoruba man, you need to follow him. It doesn't matter all this whole thing, right? So when Tinubu was doing his consultation, Onioloni, you know what he did? He went to Southwest. He visited Southwest. He visited all of the entire North, right? And he just ignored the Southeast, the South. You know what they said in their meeting? We don't need them. There is nothing you will say to them. They will never support us. See, Ashiwaju, we need the Muslims. The Muslim will work. Don't worry. We don't need them. This is our Nigeria. And for so many of us who have seen or heard the phone conversation between Shettima and Amosun, you should be worried. So, like I said, terrorists want to take over Abuja. Terrorists are killing presidential guards. Schools are shutting down hurriedly because of security threats. Abi, the economy is in shambles. Abi, unemployment at the highest, corruption at the highest, Naira at a free fall. All they need now is just political ignition. Unfortunately, they want to use a questionable Yoruba man to achieve that. And I'm calling you, Mayday, 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 Mayday. You are a Yoruba man, a Yoruba woman, listening to me all over the world right now. Mayday, Mayday. Now set up. Whatever they sell to you about Tinubu, you should fear or be worried for the future of your children. It's important you think about that. I mean, if you probably never thought about this 7 years ago, you might have a chance of thinking about it better now. You see this trap that will explode Nigeria finally, the Tinubu is not done with us. And if you are not careful now, you are about to enter the trap that you may never recover from. But look at my face very well. Look, I am Mayegu. I una the pick una serve. Remember where I stand. There are many of my friends here. We all have a position. Wherever we are standing is not invincible. It's obvious. You can see it, right? APC, Egbe, will set Nigeria on fire. This time around, if nothing happened, Baba, just forget any other gra. You are welcome to the Islamic Republic of Nigeria. You will never recover from that easily anymore. You've heard about the water resources bill, Abi? You've heard that they've changed the name, Abi? Don't worry. I am not here to spook you. I'm just here to make you think. If you want to, think. If you don't want to think, Baba, just know one thing. And that thing is this. Every decision, every action of ours, right, has consequences. And for every action you take, if you become so unconcerned, now you want to lead the country. You know this, what I just told you now is true, Abi. They have perfected it, okay, with the power of incumbency, which they are relying upon. Then with the religious card, Muslim, Christian, I told you this before they finally made the announcement. I said, this is the path they are going to take you. They are going to tell you that it's not about religion, it's not about this, it's not about that, but it is about religion. It is 100% about it. But again, you may tell yourself that, you know what, I don't want to see it as that. I want to see, no, you won't see anything beyond that. Everything else you try to see after that, they are going to be your own makeup. You are going to be making them up. Tinubu is not healthy. You know that. So where is all this going to come from? From your imagination. Tinubu is this or that. Is blah, blah, blah. All those things are your imagination. But when you look at exactly what you have on the table, when you have everything, when you present everything like I've just done, and you pieces them like this, and then you piece them together, you realize that it's going to be about religion. Seriously, it's going to be. And don't ever try to be politically correct about it, because you regret it. You are going to sit down one day and then you're going to make a fool of yourself because it's going to be religious. The Christians are already grouping. I didn't do that. Your politicians have, there's going to be reaction. You don't understand. For every action, there's going to be, opposite or counter reactions. Have you not been taught that? Look at PDP, people destroying people. In Nigeria, one of the things they said will bring peace was that let leadership be rotated so that they can, since people just wanted to massage their own tribal ego. Is an Igbo man, is a Yoruba man, is a Fulani man, is an Hausa man, is this or that, Okay, make it turn by turn Nigeria Limited then, so that maybe peace go day. Now from Jonathan Edo, Wahala started. How? They said, in PDP, they said, once somebody rule from the north, another will rule from the south. Then they go back to the north. Then because PDP then, they said they had a master plan to rule Nigeria for the next 50 years, right? Then the thing was in the south, Obasanjo, 8 years. Instead of Obasanjo to start preparing for transition, he decided to change the constitution so that he can continue in power. That boomerang, what did Obasanjo do? Obasanjo went on to drag a sick man, a terminally sick man, Yaradua. He was governor of Buhari State or Katsina State then. He was just packing up after his own, rounding up his own 8th years, 2 terms, right? But Obasanjo wanted to probably just punish the entire country for not letting him have the 3rd term, right? Greed, yo. He shall brought Yaradua, Rick Yaradua. You know the way they do things. Presidential candidate from the north, vice president from the south, Abi, INEC chairman from Igbo land, okay, and then the police IG from Yoruba land. They shall do all of that. Crooked. They brought Yaradua in, so it can't be like a teamwork. The worst election ever then. Yaradua was supposed to do 8 years after Obasanjo. Now, after 3 years, first 2 years, Yaradua just sick. The next 1 year, dead or alive, we don't know, until he finally died. That thing that thing touched in northern Nigeria that Obasanjo went to go and pick Yaradua. Somebody who wanted to go back, to Katsina University as a lecturer after his time as governor. Obasanjo forced him on the entire country, rigged him in. So they were raging. And so Yaradua go die. They say, so Obasanjo plotted this so that power will return to the south. So they felt betrayed. That was the genesis of the destruction of a PDP by the northerners, the northern power brokers. We don't agree. Atiku and co. Ladies and gentlemen, they said, okay, Jonathan should just finish the 1 year and go. Let the power go back to the north. They said, no, be like that. May Jonathan just do 1 term. Okay, may everybody just calm down. Then everything will go back to the north, 8 years. You see? For peace, so they said for peace, not for development for real, just for peace. So that you don't go get all this wahala you are getting now. Okay? So if you do, I do. You do, I do. This one do, I do. Oh, they share them like that until we die. But greed and selfishness, we never make it work. Just same way, the greed and selfishness of why they are keeping Nigeria together has never made it work. It's never going to make it work, right? Jonathan won election. Bad blood started. Long story short, 2015, Obasanjo had a new candidate, and his name was Sule Lamido, the former Jigawa state governor. Okay, not okay, fine. Jonathan don't do 5 years. Don't do 4 years now. It's not going to do again. Now, I will give you candidate. You, Obasanjo, you again. They didn't trust him. Long story short, they decided to go and bring a dead tyrant. Remember, it's about rotation. Say somebody breached that contract, that agreement. Jonathan, that thing not supposed comes out. Right? So they now brought Bokwari. Atiku thought he was going to get it, but Bokwari got it. No thanks to Tinubu and gang. Right? So in fairness, now if you say power don't go back to the north. Bokwari is rounding up. The same Atiku, that felt like Goodluck Ebere Jolantan using another 4 years was too long. He had to wait for 8 years. Guess what? Now, the same people from northern Nigeria, they are now saying, It's true that we fought for that power to come back here. But Alhaji Wasinri Atiku Abubakar is, whatever. So that simply means, right, the northern Nigeria, who told Tinubu that he shouldn't worry about the southeast or south. Their votes no fit count. Their votes no be anything. We don't need their vote. You need Muslim and you need Yorubas. You need us jihad this year and you need Yoruba. That's all you need. Forget about these noisemakers, Jerry. Do you get that? So Atiku and gang, they were like, if you want PDP to win, if you want us to rescue you from APC, you need to let the power remain in the north. Because northerners are not going to vote for southerners now. No. Hey? What happened to your federal character? What happened to your rotational unity? Blah, 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 blah. Because they know they, na bobo. Just like when they talk about restructuring. When you hear Nigerian politicians, ask Peter Obi about restructuring. He no get idea. He go tell you, say, if you say, Peter Obi, people are, Biafrans want to go. The Yorubas are also saying they want to go. Peter Obi will tell you, right? Once we build electricity, once we build schools, once we build factories, blah, 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 everybody is working, people are fine, they will not agitate to break up. Because they don't want it. They know what it means. They know that every idea that any politician tells you, we need to build schools, all those ideas can be implemented regionally. May everybody go do them on their own. Not because somebody go day Borono, they give money to terrorists. Terrorists are buying bulletproof SUVs, gun trucks, right? To stage mass kidnappings and all of that. From the money that they have to scoop from everywhere, share to them. And then the rest of you will have to deal with the stipend that comes to you to fund your education, fund your infrastructure, and the rest. So if any politician tell you, I want to build a Nigeria, the Baba, calm down. Which way? What is your idea on restructuring Nigeria? Now, they have none. Because they know that the restructuring of Nigeria is the breakup of Nigeria. And if you want to be president of Nigeria, you must be ready to lie. Tongue in the cheek. To lie to your people. Say anything. But it's never going to happen. You know that. So somebody said, what is it going to happen? Don't worry. What's going to happen is that maybe they are playing themselves now. I told you, the last thing that is left is the political crisis. And they are already setting the stage. So as we speak right now, what you have in APC, Egbe, is that, listen, you have the people who bought the form for Kolu, Babashir Lawal, the grass cutter, and the rest of them, Dogara and Co. They are now coming out to say, more na bad markets. And in fact, they are completely taking a stance from that. No, we don't want to be part of this story because we know these guys. We know the intention. We are with them. We know it's not going to go well for anybody as we speak. Meanwhile, back in PDP 2, with a Wike who said, I knew their plan. That the people that left the PDP to go and create this monster, they are now the people who came back to PDP when all of us stayed back. Meanwhile, this power should come back to this house. You know that thing, Wike spend money, Chaise. Wike spend money, Where Wike got money? Other than Rivers State money. He's not the first one who wanted to be president from Rivers State. It be like, say, all of your governors in Rivers State, that money go just get, when they spend 2 times, that money just gets so piled up that somehow they just build that courage that rather than save Niger Delta and your people, take control of your resources as it should be. Be accountable to your people. Take them out of the Nigeria-induced poverty and backwardness. Rather than do that, now the money to be Nigeria presidents. Billions and billions of that. The first person to try that in 2007 was Peter Odili. your former governor. Remember? Eh? The second person and the third to try that again are your former governor, Amechi, and now your governor. Eh? With a Wike. So he pay now. Die minutes. And common shock for him leg. He pay now and he couldn't hide it. So they now said, okay, for peace, so this guy self no be pushover. We cannot be, if he they talk any about, he no be pushover. No just treat him like that. Omo. Okay, Atiku, so I'll go put together some committee. This committee should go and bring me vice president. Omo committee of 17 people. They sat together and they said 13 of them recommended Wike as Atiku's vice president. I don't know. I think they leaked it to him. They told him. So Wike traveled to Spain, to Turkey. Said he's going on holiday. The day after that, Atiku announced Okowa. Well, not before, just before that, Okowa already told everybody that I am going to be Atiku's running mate. Really? How? So Wike, after Tambuwa, since that time they talk say Wike they talk to Tambuwa again. Because Tambuwa was the last man standing that should just team up with every other thing where Wike was bringing. Tambuwa just packed everything, gave Atiku. And that just, that one cut Wike's liver, cut in all gra, everything. To add salt to injury. Baba, they can't tell us saying go be vice president. They can't carry on second Mugu. That one created a lot of bad blood, Abi. So as we speak, I'm not saying they are not going to, because they have always been, strange bedfellows. They are strange bedfellows. But as it is today, where Wike said he was going to tell the whole world what happened. And he just called Atiku liar. Now, this is the problem, by the way, okay? If they say go and do your election as it is today, Tinubu will rely on the Yorubas and the Yoruba Muslim mostly. Then he will now rely on the Islamic North, especially the core one that Shettima promised him. Now, in up north, Atiku believed that he is the only person who can take all the votes from the north to win the election for the PDP. Down south, Peter Obi can't show face. So with Peter Obi in the picture now, Baba, it can't be like, say, where the Wike no fit hide his feelings. If he wants spoil, make it spoil. This is him. From, where's that? Yeah, this.
He did. So many lies were told. And then he said, I should not react to some of those issues. That would not be fair. Assuming today I'm not alive, obviously, what they have said would be accepted as the truth. Look at his attack dogs. Sule Lamido, Babangida Aliyu, Maina Waziri. Look at the statements they issued. Look at the abuses they railed on me. And they reacted. And my friends will say, look, you made this thing happen. So it is important that as a person and for my own future and for those who are around me, this is not fair. This is not fair. So I have to make sure I will act line by line. Statements made by Atiku about himself and his attack dogs. I will do that. Nobody, but if anybody who loves me will not advise me not to react. Because why would you not react? Look at if a presidential candidate who believes he wants to win election, that somebody who contested fiercely with him have never raised any issue. I just kept quiet, just minded my business, see how my state can move forward. Every day, his people come up to attack me, say one thing or the other. That's quite unfair. I should let Nigerians know at the appropriate time, after the commissioning of the projects we have lined up. To say, look, this is correct. As we are told.
You see, Atiku's attack dogs. They have been attacking Wike. Like, who is he? Does he think who does he think he is? Blah 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 blah. They are talking to me. If you think you are a presidential candidate, you know, that's not all. Oh. He was talking to the press. Here is another one.
And begin to say all kinds of things. No, it's not for that. So certainly I'm going to speak.
Okay, while we wait for you to do that, your party say you set up a committee, just like the presidential candidate says he has done, and they claim they've reached out to you. Can you confirm if they've actually reached out to you?
Again, that's to tell you, you see, when people tell lies, it's most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. I've heard a lot of stories. For example, some senators called me that Atiku said he sent Bukola Saraki to be. That's not fair. That's not correct. I was in Spain. Bukola came to be. I said, my brother, how do we settle this problem? I said, where is sending Atiku? I said, no. I said, so what do you want to do? Look at the issue. He said, look, the matter is so serious. He never knew this and this and that. So Atiku has never, forget about sending around signals around him as scavengers. In fact, some of them will call my first. Oh boy, tell your guy now, they will support us. It has reduced to that level. I have become guy. I've never seen it. We are serious Monday people who reduce issues like this to this level. I mean, people, you see, you don't even know who is the caller. If you see a phone, I mean a call, who is this? Yes, sir. Please, you know, you are with this party. Please, sir, we are begging you, don't leave the party. Who's talking about the issue of leaving party? I don't even know who's talking to me. Atiku came to my house to say I should support him. So he doesn't know my house again. He doesn't know my house. Now people are calling you, those you don't even know, are calling your phone. Sir, we beg you, please support. I mean, all kinds of things. Trivializing issues. No way.
That's Wike. So some of you, you know, it's so interesting, by the way, if you have been following all of their political activities. So don't let anybody bamboozle you. Don't let anybody sit you anywhere and say, somebody has figured it out. They are all lying to you. They are in chaos as we speak. And that is why, if I tell you never to be part of all of this charade, by the time you pay attention very well, by the time you see through every one of them and what they actually stand for, what are they even, bickering about, you will realize that you are going to waste your precious time, even hoping that maybe they can pull a stunt or maybe their stunt can actually do something. No, it's not going to do anything, okay? Here is another one. Where the Wike?
I had somebody told me that the national chairman said he spoke to me with all due respect. He never called me. In fact, my audio came to me that, national chairman is on the phone. I was fine. He said, I took some time when I come back. So, let's everybody, since after that 29th of May, not one person. Not one person has come to talk to me. Forget about hiring journalists, press, people like Ruben Abati, or the former chief press secretary to the president. Sometimes when you read or hear what he says, you begin to wonder where are we heading to? No more investigating journalism. Nothing like that happening. People just stay on one place, compose stories, say all kinds of things they want to say. But like I said, I remain silent. But I can't continue to remain silent. Nigerians must know what happened. Nigerians must know who are those that love them. Nigerians must know that we serious about leadership of this country. We must. So I would urge everybody to be patient. To be patient. After the commissioning of projects we have lined up, then we'll be able to speak to them and tell them what it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is involved. I'm not a slave, and I will not be a slave. I'm a free born of this country. I must be able to say how things are. Whether it suits you, it does not suit you, it's immaterial. So the members of the public should please bear with us that we must put the boss strength. If we don't put the second strength, history will not be happy with you. Thank you very much.
I know he didn't say anything. Did you actually say anything other than